So hello and welcome back to another wintry day in Belle's world. She is excited. It is fishing contest time and I am excited because I got two absolutely fantastic names, Good Morning Rascal, for a couple of animals, and I think today we are going to adopt a buffalo, and I hope that I get the pronunciation of this name right. I probably will butcher it, but the name that Glowworm supplied for me is, let me look at it one more time, Tatanka, I think is how you would say it, at least looking at the way it's spelled. So we are going to go and we are going to adopt Tatanka, our new buffalo, who will give us buffalo milk, which I think is worth a whole heck of a lot more than any of the other milks, so I'm really excited about that. Glowworm also gave me a very good name for the gray bunny rabbit, and that is just Ghost, which I think is also a fantastic name. I'm not sure. I think we can probably have enough room for all of those in our barn, so maybe we will go for adopting both of them. Also, I need to remember to actually pet my darling animals. There we go. Gotta keep everybody happy. Even if, I have no idea where I was going there. And that is where my brain just disappears to, friends. Far off into the wild blue yonder is where my brain is wont to go. So, I have, in my real life, a new friend, and that is, I feel so terrible too. There is a new raccoon that has been coming around who I am actually looking out my window at right now. And I've decided that his name is Tripod. He is a little raccoon, maybe not tiny, but he's a small raccoon. And he's been in some sort of an accident because he only has 3 legs. I feel so bad for him, but he's getting around okay, so I have lots of hope that he will be fine. But every time I see him, I'm like, I just want to give you all of the food. He usually comes a little bit earlier than any of the other raccoons that come by. I think because if he's figured out if he comes earlier, he has a better chance of getting more food. You know, his only competition when he comes early is from the local squirrels, and he's bigger than they are, even if he is 3-legged. But he's really, really cute. I put a picture of him up on my Instagram actually before I realized he only had 3 legs. He was just looking very cute and peeking through the window, and I was like, well, hello there. And then later on, my son and I got a closer look at him and realized that the poor little dude only had 3 legs. I felt terrible, but like I said, for a 3-legged little raccoon, he seems to be doing okay. And Tripod just seemed to be the best and most fitting name to give a 3-legged raccoon. Hopefully he makes it through the season. I know it's going to be a lot harder for him, or her. I call pretty much everything a him. I don't know why, I always kind of have, though. So, until proven otherwise, I am going to just keep calling him a him. Watch, he'll show up with babies later and I'll have to eat my words about him being a him. That would be fitting. It would be completely on brand for me. So yeah. Also, we are running out of room, so I am going to put a few things into our storage, or our supply box here. get a few things shipped out. And then I think I'm going to go on and finish up chores. And then I'm thinking maybe we'll probably just spend today fishing, because the fishing contest is tomorrow. I am super excited about that. That is going to be so cool. We are totally going to win, hopefully, crossing my fingers, but we'll practice fishing after chores. Alright, so before we settle in for a hard day of fishing after we have gotten our main chores done, it is time to tame a gray rabbit and then see if we can find the buffalo. So we are totally going to put our gray rabbit, whose name is Ghost, into our barn. Yes, Ghost, welcome to the family. I am so excited to see you. You know what? And I think we are even gonna give you a little bit of pet. And say hello, Ghost. Alright, let's sell off a little bit of this stuff here. And then go see if we can find a buffalo. I'm actually super excited about the idea of a buffalo. I mean, who wouldn't be? I'm definitely into that idea. So with any luck we can find the buffalo, and then we are going to do some fishing. I don't know if I'm going to make you be completely tortured while I sit and fish all day, but you know, if I could think of any really good stories, I will totally... Oh, pretty flower. A campanula. I love trying to figure out flower names. I'm always like, what the heck is that name again? Campanula. And then, knowing me, I'm also pronouncing that wrong. But you know what? I think I'm just going to lean into my bad pronunciation as time goes on, because it is definitely a thing. Every time I think I have a pronunciation right on something, oh, look at that little sheep. He's so cute. Maybe we'll get him later. If you have any good blackface sheep names, drop it in the comments below, because heck yeah. Oh, it does not look like we are finding a buffalo. Oh well. We'll go fishing for a little while, and I definitely am going to be adopting said buffalo as soon as I see him. But let's practice our fishing skills. After all, we want to win the fishing contest. Like I said before, I used to enter and quite often win fishing contests as a child. I was extremely happy that my parents did the square dancing, even if it wasn't something I was particularly interested in. And trust me, I was not particularly interested in square dancing. No harm, like, no shade to you if it's something that you enjoy or ever did enjoy. It just was never really my thing. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna... Oh, it got away. But I did love the camping. And, you know, I made a lot of good friends. And most of our fishing competitions in the camping that we did, there would be one guy that was in charge of measuring all the fish. So what you would do is you get up, and there were set hours. And trust me, I fished every hour that was a set hour. But there were set hours, and what you would do is you would catch a fish, any fish that you caught, and you would take it to the guy who would measure it. And then as soon as it was measured, he would write down the measurement, you know, next to your name, so that you got credit. And then, and I'm not sure if this actually hurt the fish or not, but then what they would do is they would take a little hole punch, like you punch holes in paper, and they would punch a small hole in the fish's fin, and then you'd throw it back. And let me tell you, I was personally responsible for a lot of holy fish in every camping trip that we took that had a fishing contest. And I'm trying to think about it, the things that I won. Usually it was just really small prizes, although honestly, back when I was a kid, so the 80s, $10 was a really good prize. And that was the standard prize, was either $5 or $10. I remember one time I won a tackle box, and ironically enough, I think that tackle box might still be down in the boathouse here. I'm gonna have to look. I feel like it is. It was just, your standard plastic green tackle box, so it might not be around anymore. But I was very proud of it because it was all full of fishing lures and all sorts of other things that honestly I never used. I was always the dig up my own worms, and that's what I'm using to fish. I never got good at the whole idea of using lures and things. It just never really worked for me. But I did win a lot of fishing contests. It was good times. I mean, if you're a slightly grimy, grubby kid back in the 80s who does not mind digging up worms and touching fish, it was a fun way to spend a weekend. And I think that's possibly the most important thing, just having fun. And I spent a lot of time having fun fishing. Even on this lake that I live now, I spent a lot of time fishing. I think fishing and going for very long walks in the woods. And it's funny because I still do all the long walks in the woods thing, like all the time. I have no idea what this fish is that I'm trying to catch, but I don't think we're gonna get it. Nope, it got away again. Obviously, if it's the fish that got away, then we can say it's anything. So obviously the fish that keeps getting away is, yes, we are in the ocean. Obviously it's a giant shark. I got no problem catching these milkfish, but those sharks just keep getting away. It's terrible. But yeah, I spent, I don't even know how many hours out on this lake, even as a teenager, trying to lure bass onto my hook. Because they're a lot of fun to catch. Again, I don't actually like eating fish. I've never enjoyed eating fish, but I do like catching them. And it's both a blessing and curse to live on a lake like I do, where the water is so clear. Because if you're fishing in a lake that you can't see through the water, then you don't see all of the stupid fish who keep ignoring your worm. It's very frustrating. Of course, I've learned through the years that a lot of the times when they were ignoring the bait, it was usually because the bass were guarding eggs. And they just don't do a lot of eating, I guess, when they're guarding their nests. But you know what? I was a kid, and kids are dumb. I definitely am no exception to that. I was a dumb kid. So yeah, I like to imagine Belle being at least slightly similar to me as a kid, and just kicking back, rod in hand, enjoying life. It got even better when I became a teenager, because along with kicking back with a fishing pole and ignoring the entire world, I also had a Walkman. So if the fish were fans of The Cure or The Smiths, or who else was I into as a teenager? Depeche Mode, all those great bands. If the fish would have been into that, well then, I probably should have caught every fish in this lake. And speaking of catching all of the fish, it looks like we caught quite a few fish. So I'm going to ship most of these off because we are out of refrigerator space again. And then I will see you tomorrow for the official fishing contest. Alright. Oh, and Rascal is already up and at 'em because Belle was up a little bit late last night and she overslept until 7 o'clock in the morning. Oh my goodness. The laziness. On a good note, it's a sunny day, and I do believe, let me check really quick, but I believe, yes indeed, it is the day of the fishing competition. So we're just going to get our morning chores done, collect all of our eggs, and say good morning to the hens, and then let them go outside, because it is a beautiful winter day. Nice and clear and crisp. So we're going to put them out and then go into the barn and check and make sure that our little ghost did pretty good last night, hopefully. I would like to make some mayonnaise, please, because that makes me more money than a regular old egg. And we will say good morning to all of our livestock. You know, actually thinking about livestock also makes me think of two different childhood stories. I'm going to bore you guys to death with all these childhood stories one of these days. But the first is that when I was growing up, most of my father's aunts and uncles, so my great aunts and great uncles, were actually all dairy farmers. So I got to spend a lot of time, hello ghost, as a kid, going around and helping on the farms on weekends. I mean, we didn't always go out to the farm. Probably about once a month, though. We would head out, and my one uncle, he had a amazing, like just huge dairy farm. And I just remember so much fun. I mean, do I actually think that being a farmer is an easy or truly fun all the time life? Not really. I mean, farming is very hard work. As a kid, I didn't get to see the hard work part nearly as much as I got to see the fun part, which was, you know, helping out with the calves, seeing all the kittens and things being born. All of that was just so awesome. But there's a lot of hard work. And I discovered that, much to my chagrin, as I became an adult and decided that I definitely just needed to own my own animals. So when my kids were young, I lived in Tennessee, and I don't regret that. Tennessee, although too hot and too far south for this northern bred and born girl, it was a good time for parts of it. And while I was living in Tennessee, I decided that I was going to fulfill my lifelong dream of having horses. And I had one pony that decided that she hated my kids. So she actually was much friendlier with females. Oh look, our treasure is ready. We will have to get that out of there. So she actually was given to my nieces and my brother, who had his own dairy farm. Oh, my bag is now full. Alright, well, that's fine. We will put away some stuff and come back for all these treasures. But yeah, the pony ended up going to my brother and my nieces. She was a good pony. She just did not like kids, especially not little boys. So I didn't get to keep her. But then I did have... How many did I have? I had 3 Arabians. They were absolutely beautiful. And I do love and miss them, but they were a lot of work. And then I had a slightly crazy pony whose name was Merlin. And he was a pretty good pony, but, you know, horses are a lot of work. And when I decided to move back to the north, they just sadly couldn't come with me, and they are still down in Tennessee to this day. They were good horses. Arabians are fantastic, and honestly, I don't regret having the horses. I just wish that the reality was as easy as it is in the books, you know? It's a lot of work. And it's worthwhile, but you end up doing a lot more work than enjoyment, at least for me. I know some people have wonderful times with their horses and never regret having them. And like I said, I don't actually regret having my horses, and I do miss them. But I'm also pretty happy with my porch pets. I definitely really enjoy the raccoons and the chipmunks and the chickadees and all of the other animals that, for the most part, take care of themselves. So, alright, well, I am going to go back to the main part of the farm so that I can clear up all the grass and things, and then we are going to go do a fishing competition. Alright, chores are done. Sorry, Rascal, I think we are going to this wonderful fishing tournament all on our own. We will take him for a walk later. Oh, look, everybody's here. I'm so excited. Hola, Belle. Well, hello there. You are here to join in the fishing tournament fun? Oh, heck yes, I am. With you amongst the anglers, this tournament is sure to be a huge success. In that case, why don't you get your gear and fish along with us, Norman? I have a tournament to manage, in case you haven't noticed. Plus, I don't think that I could outfish old Nugen or Iori, even if I tried. Ha! You're an honest man, Norman. But you deserve to enjoy the festivities as much as anyone else. It's all right. Holding the tournament is just as fun for me, after all. That said, Belle, if you would like to fish with us today, give me a shout and I will help get you all signed up. Oh, you better believe it, Norman. We're fishing. At the fishing tournament, everyone competes to see who can land the largest fish. Speak with Norman if you would like to enter. Well, we totally are entering, but first, we have to give everybody a present and say hello to them. Hello, Mizuki. Tell me what kinds of fish that you caught later. I mean, you could just watch. Would you like a flower? Oh, thanks. I bet. Yep. You know, Mizuki is always kind of just off to the side, isn't she? I feel like she's just not that much of a joiner, and I can sympathize. I'm not always like the first one in the middle of the crowd. I'm always on the edges. But, ooh. Patricia, would you like a flower? Ooh. The secret to catching a big one? Become one with the fish. I'm sure you can figure out what that means, right? I don't know about that. Every year, I look forward to seeing Iori and Emilio compete. Ooh, do you have a crush on Emilio or Iori? Thank you for the gift. She's not telling.
Huh.
Hey, Damon. I don't care about winning or losing. I just want to catch some good fish.
Huh.
George, I'm planning to join in. Honestly, even after all my years on the ocean, I can't make heads or tail fins of how a fish thinks. I don't know how a fish thinks either. Norman, I'm going to give you a flower, but we're not in train just yet. Mayor! Who will be the winner this year? Nigen or Iori? Or will you make a splash with a surprise upset? Well, I mean, I hope to. Not gonna lie, I would like to win. Gloria? Right. I'm going to fish up a big one. Do not underestimate me. You know, it usually is the quiet ones. So I won't underestimate. I think she is my truest competition. I know Jackpo isn't. My mom's actually really good at fishing. I'll just be watching now. Alright, well, you know, Jackpo doesn't have a lot of ambition.
Wow!
I'm not really sure how to get the bait on the hook, but whatever, I'll figure it out. She reminds me of so many girls that I went to high school with.
Oh!
I'm a rookie when it comes to fishing, so I borrowed a rod and everything from Manuela. You know, that's probably a smart move.
Oh.
Karina says, I wonder who will come out ahead. Obviously, it will be me. And I've suddenly decided that she's French. Hey, Beth, are you fishing? Both Lars and Clemens really look like they're having a good time. So I take it that you're not. Okay. Well, that's fine. I don't care if I win, just as long as I beat Clem. Definitely brothers. Clemens? Lars and I used to go fishing a lot when we were little. Is that why he's so competitive? Did you hook your brother in the lip with your rod? Dosetu says, is there any way I can aid the young master? I mean, probably not. But, you know, you could cheer for him. Master Nigen is both a magnificent teacher and a valuable rival. Very cool. Simon, are you entering? Nigen used to win almost every year, but the young folk have really stepped up these days. I can imagine. Oh, I can't remember. Did I give Iori a gift? Ah, yes. Okay, well that works. Gotta check and make sure that everybody gets their tree sap. Ah, this brings back memories. Nigen used to share his catch with us long ago. Speaking of the man, there he is. We will talk to Lynn really quick. I seem to recall Grandpa once saying that fishing depends a lot on how your luck is that day. That is very true. I'm sure that there is a skill to fishing. Don't be greedy now. Even if you catch only one fish, that's fine. It's size over quantity in this competition. Most of the time, I think I won my fishing contests based on sheer determination. I have to fish up as many as I can for Norman's sake. They are such an odd couple, her and Norman. I bet they make it work, though. There's no better feeling than landing a big one, amiga. I believe you. Gracias. I'm gonna fish twice as hard for my dad's sake since he's too busy running things. That's very sweet. I bet that he just wants to eat the fish.
Oh.
I have every intention on catching the largest fish this town has ever seen. Well, I figured he would just talk about eating the fish. Nigel, I'm not much of a fisher. I'll just be cheering y'all on as a spectator. Ralph, I have to admit, I don't know much about fish. That's okay. You don't have to. I'm gonna get one that's 1,000 feet long. Good luck. Like, oh my gosh, I expect you to reel in a whole school and nothing less. Do you hear me? That's a bit more ambitious than I think I'm going to actually succeed at. I can't let myself lose to Mikey. He would never let me hear the end of it. Yarr! I wonder what sort of haul Sally and Mikey will reel in this year. I wonder if he doesn't fish. The pirate who does not fish. That would be ironic. Miss Manuela says our family is going to dominate, but I wonder if we can do it. I mean, I feel like Manuela's family is probably my stiffest competition. Mi familia is going to sweep the competition. Uno, dos, tres, go! You know, that just makes me more determined than ever to win. I'm pretty good at fishing, you know. I'll blow you all out of the water. Will you now? Apparently, Nguyen has been teaching Cindy a few tricks. So you're telling me she's my competition? I think I'm better at fishing than my mom. And last but not least, even if I can't hack it, I'm happy as long as the person that I'm cheering for wins. That's kind of sweet. Alright, let's go fishing! Good to see you, Belle. You'll be entering the tournament? Heck yeah, I don't need to hear no rules. I'm gonna go fishing. At the fishing tournament, local anglers come together to see who can catch the biggest fish. Try to fish in several locations to cover more water and reel in the big ones. I mean, okay. 3, 2, 1, go! I want to go to the dock. I want to go to the dock. Watch out, Nguyen. This is competition, my dude. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. We got a sea bream. Yummy. What will it be this time? Will I be able to reel it in? These are the important questions. We got a sea bass. Yay! Hey, we're in first place right now. Hopefully we don't catch a sardine. Why does that not surprise me? Hopefully it's a good one. I want to catch a tuna. Oh, another sea bream. That works. Oh, we were in first, but it looks like Nguyen is taking the lead. Come on, tuna. Another sea bream. That's really good. Let's try another spot. Although we don't have much time left. Oh no! We might not come in first. I am sad. Come on, tuna. Another sea bream. Oh, that was a big one though. Oh my gosh, we're in fourth place! No! Another sea bream. Why do we keep getting smaller fish? Oh, this is depressing. Oh well, I'm having fun. And so far, at least none of them have gotten away. Another sea bream. We just keep... We are like the sea bream queen. Oh, well. Alas. Okay, ladies and gents, quiet down. It's time to announce the results. First, I would like to say you all fished up a storm. You should be proud, but out of all of our anglers, one stood above the rest. It wasn't me. I am so sad. Emilio, congratulations! Oh, even Belle's crying. Let's hear it for our winner. How's about a big round of applause, folks? Nguyen, would you mind giving us a few words before we close things out? Did the fish favor you all today? If any of you are struggling to catch fish, come and ask me later. I'm sure I've said it before, but I've been fishing in this town longer than some of you have been around. Though, between you and me, even I don't know all the ins and outs of fishing. You say that every year. Exactly. So we all ought to brainstorm together. That's the only way we will figure out how to land the lunkers. Let's give another round of applause for Nguyen. Thanks for your words of wisdom. That concludes this year's fishing tournament. I hope you all enjoyed it. I would have enjoyed it more if I got a trophy. Oh well, there's always next year. That was fun. All right, well, you know what? I am going to gather up all of our stuff to sell, and I think that is where we are going to call it this week. On our next episode, we are going to keep working towards getting our winter clothing. I feel like that's a very important thing to get. And we're going to go to the museum and see what was in our treasure chest. I can't wait to find out what exciting things were inside. So, from me, and from Belle, and our darling Rascal, and our beautiful new bunny rabbit, Ghost, thank you for joining me. Hit the thumbs up if you don't mind. It does always make me smile, and I will see you later on this week when we find out what's in our treasure baskets.